नमस्कार। यूनेस्को इंटरगवर्नमेंटल कमेटी के 20वें सत्र के उद्घाटन कार्यक्रम में आप सभी का हार्दिक स्वागत, अभिनंदन है। दिव्य सज्जनों, हजारों वर्षों की मानव सभ्यता की जो यात्रा रही है, उसमें भारत सहित विश्व की अन्य सभ्यताओं ने जो अमूर्त सांस्कृतिक संपदा और विरासत तैयार की, वो पूरे विश्व की एक अमूल्य धरोहर है। सांस्कृतिक धरोहर और विरासत की दृष्टि से भारत का दुनिया में बहुत विशेष स्थान है और इसीलिए यूनेस्को इंटरगवर्नमेंटल कमेटी के 20वें सत्र की बैठक का भारत में आयोजन एक विशेष महत्व रखता है। भारत में भी दिल्ली के इस यूनेस्को साइट रेड फोर्ट में इसका आयोजन निश्चित रूप से इसका विशेष अभिप्राय है और विशेष महत्व भी है।
Distinguished delegates, esteemed representatives and friends from across the world, Namaskar and a very warm welcome to India. On behalf of the Ministry of Culture, Government of India and Sangeet Natak Academy, it is our honor to host you for UNESCO's 20th session of the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage here in New Delhi. The occasion coincides with the 20th anniversary of India's ratification of the 2003 Convention for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, which it joined in 2005. As you traveled around our city, you may have observed that Delhi's landscape is adorned by many majestic and quaint monuments that have withstood the ravages of time. This evening, you are in one such historical site. We are here at the iconic Red Fort, the Lal Killa, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that stands as a proud symbol of India's history, resilience, and living culture. As you gather here from the 8th to the 13th of December, you will be meeting within walls that have witnessed centuries of stories, crafted in red sandstone, surrounded by vast green lawns and overlooking the timeless flow of the Yamuna. The venue highlights the relationship between built heritage and the living traditions that communities preserve. The fort's historical and architectural significance makes it an ideal venue for this global gathering on cultural preservation.
दिव्य सज्जनों, इस उद्घाटन सत्र में हमारे बीच मंच पर गरिमामयी उपस्थिति है माननीय केंद्रीय विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर जी की।
We welcome into our midst the Honorable Minister for External Affairs from India, Dr. S. Jayashankar.
साथ ही मंच पर विराजमान है माननीय केंद्रीय संस्कृति मंत्री श्री गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत जी।
We welcome the Honorable Minister for Culture, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat.
यूनेस्को के महानिदेशक मिस्टर खालिद अल अनानी।
We welcome the Director General UNESCO, Dr. Khalid El Inani.
दिल्ली की माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमती रेखा गुप्ता जी।
We welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta.
साथ ही मंच पर उपस्थित हैं केंद्रीय संस्कृति सचिव श्री विवेक अग्रवाल जी, यूनेस्को में भारत के स्थायी प्रतिनिधि एम्बेसडर श्री विशाल वी शर्मा जी और संगीत नाटक अकादमी के अध्यक्ष संध्या पुरेचा जी।
We also welcome the Secretary Culture, Government of India, Shri Vivek Agarwal, the Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to UNESCO, Mr. Vishal Sharma, and Chairperson Sangeet Natak Academy, Ms. Sandhya Purecha.
यहाँ पधारे सभी मेंबर स्टेट्स के प्रतिनिधियों, डेलीगेट्स और सभी गणमान्य विभूतियों का बहुत बहुत हार्दिक स्वागत, अभिनंदन है दिव्य सज्जनों।
We are delighted, ladies and gentlemen, to welcome the dignitaries and guests from various countries around the world here for this meeting being hosted by India.
दिव्य सज्जनों, आइए इस आयोजन का शुभारंभ मां सरस्वती की वंदना से करें। मां सरस्वती जो कला, संस्कृति, विद्या और ज्ञान की देवी हैं।
As is customary on occasions such as this, we begin the evening with a rendition of the Saraswati Vandana, a traditional chant or hymn with roots in ancient Indian culture that, while originating from a spiritual tradition, at its core is a universal tribute to the human pursuit of knowledge, the arts, music, and learning in all its forms. The Sangam Choir of the Department of Music, University of Delhi, now present Saraswati Vandana.
अमृत मंत्र नव भारत में भर दे वीणा वादनी भर दे वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादनी भर दे। काट अंधुर के बंधन स्तर काट अंधुर के बंधन स्तर काट अंधुर के बंधन सर काट के बंधन सर महाजननी ज्योतिर्मय निर्झर महाजननी ज्योतिर्मय निर्भर कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश भर कलुष भेद तम हर प्रकाश भर जगमग जग कर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे। नवगति लवल ताल छंद नव नवगति नवल ताल छंद नव ताल छंद नव ताल छंद नव नवगति नवल ताल छंद नव नवल कंठ नव जलद मंत्र नव नवल कंठ नव जलद मंत्र नव 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 के विहग वृंद को नव नव के विहग वृंद को नव पर नव स्वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे वर दे वर दे वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे वीणा वादनी वर दे।
देवियों सज्जनों, आप सभी के लिए बहुत सारी मंगल कामनाएं। अब समय है यूनेस्को में भारत के स्थायी प्रतिनिधि एम्बेसडर श्री विशाल वी शर्मा जी के स्वागत संबोधन का।
May I now invite the chairperson of the 20th session of UNESCO's Intergovernmental Committee for Safeguarding Intangible Cultural Heritage and India's permanent representative to the UNESCO, Shri Vishal Sharma, to please say a few words on the occasion.
Honorable Minister for External Affairs, Dr. Jaishankar ji, Honorable Culture Minister, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, DG UNESCO, His Excellency Mr. Khalid El Enani, Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Secretary Culture, Shri Vivek Agarwal ji, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, representatives of the UNESCO Secretariat, respected scholars, esteemed practitioners of living heritage, experts and dear guests, Namaste and welcome to you all. Welcome to Bharat. Welcome to Bharat, also known as India, a land of religions, philosophy, vibrant cuisine, textiles, music, culture, of over 8,000 years of culture, home to 1.45 billion people, 1,600 languages and dialects, the world's largest democracy, and the birthplace of the Sanskrit Veds, Upanishads, Samhitas, and Itihas. Standing at the Red Fort feels like standing at the confluence of centuries. These ramparts have witnessed empires rise and fall, heard every Prime Minister speak on Swatantrata Divas or the Independence Day of India since 1947, and seen the ceaseless flow of creativity that defines modern India's journey. It is my profound honor to address you as chair of the 20th session of the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage. 20 years after the convention entered into force, the world has transformed. Technology accelerates change, cities reshape societies, climate pressures alter landscapes, and young people navigate increasingly hybrid identities. In such a world, safeguarding intangible cultural heritage is not only a responsibility, but it is an act of resilience. India has long understood that living heritage flourishes when committees are empowered, when knowledge bearers are respected, and when diversity, as we in India call it, anekta mein ekta. This unity in diversity is cherished. From the classical arts of Tamil Nadu to the festivals of Maharashtra, the epic of Uttar Pradesh to Ayurveda's healing traditions, the looms of Varanasi, Pochampalli and Bhuj, India's storytelling traditions and yoga, India's intangible heritage has been both an anchor and compass. Hosting the 20th session is deeply meaningful. It affirms India's commitment to cultural pluralism, ethical governance, and inclusive development. The three themes that guide our work are trust in communities, trust in the youth, and trust in the future. Communities are the heartbeat of heritage. Their wisdoms must remain center to our decisions, with participation broadened, especially among the marginalized groups. Across continents, every day, practitioners of heritage sustain the human tapestry. Second, the youth are the convention's future. They inherit traditions and reimagine them. Safeguarding means education, mentorship, and pathways for young custodians. India is integrating traditional knowledge and arts into learning, and we invite shared global approaches. Third, trusting in the future means embracing technology with discernment. Digital tools and the artificial intelligence can document, rejuvenate, and connect, but must strengthen identity. Collaboration with technologists and cultural professionals is essential. This session holds special meaning for India, where Ram Rajya symbolizes good governance and ethical public life. Such principles echo across the march of civilizations. This red fort is thus a symbol of continuity and aspiration. Let our work ensure future generations inherit not only a planet to live on, but also a culture worth living in. Thank you, and Bharat Mata ki jai.
Thank you, Ambassador Sharma.
दिव्य सज्जनों, आज के इस आयोजन में हम सबके बीच दिल्ली की माननीय मुख्यमंत्री श्रीमती रेखा गुप्ता जी की गरिमामयी उपस्थिति है.
May I now invite the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta, to please share her thoughts.
Namaskar, distinguished delegates and my dear friends who are gathered here at the majestic Red Fort. On behalf of Delhi, I welcome you all, especially Dr. S. Jaishankar ji, Minister of External Affairs, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, Minister of Culture, Shri Vivek Agarwal ji, Secretary Culture, Shri Vishal ji, Mr. Khalid Al-Anani, Director General UNESCO, and Ms. Sandhya. It is both an honor and heartful privilege to welcome all of you. Delhi, the heart of India, for the 20th session of UNESCO Intergovernmental Committee for the Intangible Cultural Heritage. I extend warm greeting to all the delegates who have traveled from across the world to participate in this meeting. Delhi is one of the most fitting and symbolic venue to host this distinguished global gathering devoted to safeguarding intangible cultural heritage. Delhi is not just a city, it is continuously living civilization, a place where history breathes and culture speak. From the ancient settlements of Indraprastha mentioned in Mahabharata to the modern democratic capital of world's largest democracy, Delhi has witnessed 3,000 years of uninterrupted cultural evaluation. Within few kilometers, you can experience the color of old Delhi's bazaar, our majestic fort and stepwells, the sound of classical ragas and folk melodies, and flavor of one of the world's most diverse cuisine. India's intangible cultural heritage is among the richest on earth, from the Vedas and Upanishads to yoga, now embraced globally for holistic well-being. From our festivals that celebrate nature, season, harvest, and harmony, to our rituals and performing art, India has always believed that culture survives not in museum but in people. As a host of this year's UNESCO Intergovernmental Meeting, India reaffirms its unwavering commitment to the safeguarding of intangible cultural heritage. Friends, today, as the world faces rapid modernization, climate changes, migration, and digital transformation, safeguarding intangible heritage become even more crucial. In recent years, India has placed special focus on safeguarding and promoting these traditions under the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. There has been renewed national emphasis on preserving traditional knowledge system and celebrating our festival and cultural practice at the global scale. As you came here for this important event, I warmly invite all our esteemed international delegates to experience Delhi beyond this conference hall. Discover the narrow lane of Old Delhi, where centuries of history unfold through aromas of spices, traditional craft, and timeless architecture. Visit our iconic forts such as Red Fort, Purana Killa, each narrating its own chapter of India's story. Explore museums, art galleries, libraries that preserve the intellect and imagination of generation. Few more sites in the same are like Pradhan Mantri Museum is a tribute to every Prime Minister of India since independence and is powerful evidence of the creative success of India's democracy. Our Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar National Memorial, also known as Mahaparinirvan Sthal, is place where Baba Sahab took his last breath. The memorial building is in the shape of open book, which signifies Constitution of India. Akshardham Temple, Lotus Temple, India Gate, National War Memorial are other such spots where you can visit. We hope that during your stay, you will not only participate in global dialogue, but also carry home memories of Delhi, warmth, hospitality, and cultural richness. On behalf of people of Delhi, I once again welcome all of you and express my gratitude to UNESCO, to the distinguished delegate, and to every nation that has joined us in this mission. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, ma'am.
दिव्य सज्जनों, भारत में आयोजित यूनेस्को इंटरगवर्नमेंटल कमेटी के 20वें सत्र के आयोजन में भारत सरकार का संस्कृति मंत्रालय नोडल भूमिका निभा रहा है, मुख्य भूमिका में है। मंत्रालय के अंतर्गत संगीत नाटक अकादमी, आर्कियोलॉजिकल सर्वे ऑफ इंडिया, IGNCA और जोनल कल्चरल सेंटर सहित तमाम घटकों की बहुत सक्रिय और महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका है। माननीय केंद्रीय संस्कृति मंत्री महोदय के नेतृत्व और मार्गदर्शन में मंत्रालय ने अपने सभी इकाइयों के साथ इस आयोजन को ये व्यापक और भव्य स्वरूप दिया है।
May I now invite the Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, to please address the gathering.
Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Shri S. Jaishankar ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Director General UNESCO, Honorable Khalid Al Inani, His Excellency Vishal V. Sharma, Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to UNESCO, Secretary Culture, Shri Vivek Agrawal ji, Chairperson Sangeet Natak Academy, Sandhya Purecha ji, distinguished delegates, esteemed colleagues, respected custodians and tradition bearers from across the world, members of diplomatic corps, scholars, practitioners, cultural activists, and dear friends. Namaskar and a very good evening to all of you. It is my profound honor to welcome you all to India, the land called Bharat. We meet today within the historic ramparts of the Red Fort, walls that have witnessed centuries of change, yet remain living witnesses to the continuity of our cultural life. Hosting this 20th session of UNESCO Intergovernmental Meeting is not just a matter of pride. It is a reminder that our living traditions echo through our past and shape our shared future. Ladies and gentlemen, when most people hear the word heritage, they picture monuments, archives, or museum cases. But Bharat has always believed that cultural heritage is far more not confined to stones or manuscripts, but alive, vibrant, and deeply intangible. It lives in people's voice, in gestures, in recipes, in ceremonies, and in craft know-how, passed from one generation to another. It is the lullaby sung by the mother, the artisan's unique way of shaping a pot, the seasonal festival that brings an entire village together. This meeting reinforces the sacred responsibility we all share to protect these living traditions, so future generations may inherit not only the wealth of the word, but also the traditional wisdom of the word. Our traditions are not relics of the past. They are guiding lights of the future. They teach us balance, sustainability, and reverence for all life. They remind us that humanity flourishes when rooted in harmony and empathy. In India, we say, Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. The word is one family. This is not just a mere slogan. It is the cornerstone of our civilizational ethos. For thousands of years, India has welcomed ideas, cultures, and people from every corner of the world, embracing them and enriching them. That is why hosting this meeting is not merely an administrative event. It is a gateway for dialogue between civilizations, a dialogue the world needs now more than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, numbers do not replace stories, but they help us understand scale and the urgency. UNESCO list today recognizes 788 elements of living traditions from 150 countries around the world. India has 15 elements inscribed on UNESCO's representative list, spanning rituals, performing arts, festivals, craft traditions, and knowledge systems. This is a testament of India's plural, vibrant, and cultural life. Beyond intangible heritage, India's material heritage also continues to grow in global recognition. With new properties added to the World Heritage List in recent sessions, this strengthens conservation-linked livelihood and cultural tourism, creating sustainable futures for practitioners and the communities. Ladies and gentlemen, the most important lesson from our decades of work is simple. Communities are the primary custodians. Policy must support them with space, resources, and incentives to document, transmit, and practice their traditions. In India, community archiving, craft revival programs, and education modules in local schools have rebuilt pride, strengthened livelihood, and connected artisans to new markets. The most effective program combined documentation, master apprentice training, market access, and social security. Such programs do not freeze traditions into museum pieces. They help them evolve while protecting dignity and critical knowledge. Dear friends, for living heritage to survive, it must be transmitted. Our youth must see value, cultural, emotional, and economic, in practicing these traditions. Integrating intangible heritage into school curricula, vocational training, and digital outreach creates pathways for young practitioners and future custodians. We must ensure accessibility for youth while preserving authenticity and community consent. Fellowship, internships, and digital repositories can help strike this. Ladies and gentlemen, technology is a powerful ally when used wisely. Digital archives, 3D documentations, mobile language apps, e-commerce for handicrafts, these can protect and amplify fragile knowledge systems. But technology must not displace human relationships. Digital tools must complement community-led governance and legal protections for cultural and intellectual property. India's digital heritage mapping and craft marketplace models have enhanced income and access while keeping communities at the center of decision making. Friends, intangible heritage does not recognize borders. Many traditions are shared across regions and civilizations. This makes international cooperation not optional, but essential. UNESCO provides recognition, but real safeguarding happens through collaboration among states, local governments, NGOs, and the communities. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji reminds us the biggest jewel of our identity is our heritage, and we shall be proud of it. This conviction must guide global policy through inclusive protection, capacity building grants, and community-led platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather within these iconic sandstone walls, let us remember empires rose and fell here. Revolutions were born here. A nation awakened here. But what endures is not the power of rulers. It is the resilience of Bharatiya Sanskriti and the spirit of our people. Let us adopt practical, achievable pledges. Empower communities, for they are the true guardians. Encourage collaborations. Culture thrives when it is shared. Invest in youth to build cultural confidence and nurture future custodians. Embrace innovation. Use technology to preserve knowledge without losing its soul. Friends, the work before us is urgent, but deeply inspiring. Climate stress, displacement, and social fragmentation put pressure on fragile cultural systems. Yet new tools and renewed global attention gives us a great hope. Our task is to ensure that intangible heritage remains alive, relevant, and empowering. Let us protect these traditions not as museum artifacts, but as living solutions. Sources of resilience, community strength, ecological wisdom, and human creativity. May this gathering at the Red Fort mark a renewed global commitment to lift community voices, to pass knowledge to our youth, and to use every tool available to safeguard humanity's intangible treasures. On behalf of the people of India, I thank you for your presence, for your partnership, and for your commitment, and I wish a great success for this 20th session. Again, I welcome you all, and I wish that this stay for this session of all of you is going to be a permanent memory into your heart and into your minds. Thank you very much.
बहुत बहुत आभार माननीय केंद्रीय संस्कृति मंत्री श्री गजेंद्र सिंह शेखावत जी का।
Ladies and gentlemen, they say across the world the most beautiful stories aren't written in books. They live in people. We would like to now share with you a short video that portrays intangible cultural heritage, traditions, customs, and expressions that shape who we are. From performing arts and age-old rituals to festivals that bring communities together, from exquisite craftsmanship passed down through generations, to knowledge systems that guide daily life, living practices that connect us to our past, enrich our present, and inspire our future.
अमूर्त सांस्कृतिक धरोहरों और विरासत के दृष्टि से आप सब ये जानते ही हैं, दुनिया के सबसे समृद्ध देशों में अग्रणी देश है भारत। इनमें हमारी मौखिक परंपराएं, प्रदर्शन कलाएं, सामाजिक प्रथाएं, उत्सव, ज्ञान और पारंपरिक शिल्प कौशल, ये सब कुछ शामिल है। भारत की इन्हीं अमूर्त सांस्कृतिक धरोहरों पर हमने ये वीडियो प्रेजेंटेशन तैयार की है।
This is the heart of intangible cultural heritage, heritage that lives, moves, and evolves with us. Please enjoy.
traditions that have enriched the human spirit over 5 millennia.
We in India are very proud of our eternal and diverse culture. We also attach great value to our intangible cultural heritage. We have mapped our cultural assets and artists not just at the national level, but also at the level of all villages in India.
Our cultural heritage is a rich tapestry of sacred threads that weave a spectacle for the world. The Vedic chanting transmits the ancient sound of wisdom, forming the foundation of knowledge and philosophy. A breathtaking amalgamation of devotion and artistry creates pure magic in Kutiyattam. Ramlila, the centuries-old enactment of the Ramayana, celebrates the eternal victory of good over evil. Ramlila, the ritualistic theatre of Garhwal, encompasses a heartfelt dedication to the local deity. The fluid, rhythmic grace of Kalbelia from the desert sets the human spirit free. The epics are narrated by distinctive masks and energetic movements of Chau. The Mudiyettu depicts mythological battles of the sacred feminine. In the tranquility and stillness of mountains, the Buddhist chants recite sacred texts of peace and enlightenment. Rhythm and melody of Nat Sankirtana become expressions of devotional love. The skill and craftsmanship of Tatheras are revered like a religion. Here, yoga promotes well-being by unifying the mind, body, and soul. The Kumbh Mela hosts the largest religious congregation on earth, attended by millions. The goddess is worshipped for days during Durga Puja, transforming into a festival of art, spectacle, and installation. Garba breaks down barriers of caste, class, gender, and sect, fostering social equality and inclusivity. The joyous festivities of Nowruz weave together communities across regions. Bharat's traditions are not relics of the past. They are the vibrant pulse of modernity. Over the past decade, the Government of India has committed itself to realizing the vision of Vikasit Bharat 2047 while safeguarding the nation's cultural legacy, guided by the motto of Virasat Bhi, Vikas Bhi, Bharat's intangible heritage, a legacy protected, a wisdom shared, a future embraced.
आभार आप सभी का देवियों सज्जनों। अब समय है यूनेस्को के महानिदेशक श्री खालिद अल इनानी के संबोधन का।
May I now invite the Director General of UNESCO, His Excellency Dr. Khalid El Inani, to address the gathering.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Honorable Minister of Culture and Tourism, Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Secretary of the Ministry of Culture, dear Mr. President of the General Conference, dear Mr. Chairperson of the Executive Board, Madam Chairperson of Sagnit Natak Academy, dear Chairperson of the 20th session of the Committee for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage, distinguished permanent delegates, dear colleagues from UNESCO. It is a great pleasure to be here with all of you. Allow me first to express my profound gratitude to the Government of India, in particular to His Excellency, Prime Minister Narendra Modi for hosting this session in the prestigious Red Fort, a masterpiece of Mughal architecture inscribed on the World Heritage List in 2007. On a personal note, I'm especially pleased to return to New Delhi, a city I hold very dear for its profound universality. Madam Chief Minister Delhi, you invited us to go out of the Red Fort and to discover the beautiful New Delhi, and this is what I did during my last visit, and I was impressed by everyone I met during my visit. But I recall, in particular, the day when I visited a Hindu temple, a Sikh Gurdwara, a cathedral, and a mosque, all in the same day. An exceptional testament to India's pluralism and the richness of its cultural heritage. I also retain an unforgettable memory of Indian natural and cultural heritage, but also its rich gastronomy. And I'm particularly delighted that culinary art, skills, and tradition will be featured and celebrated during this committee. But above all, I am most pleased that UNESCO returns to your magnificent capital just 1 year after hosting the very successful World Heritage Committee to begin a new chapter in the history of the 2003 Convention. India has long demonstrated the strength and vitality of intangible heritage. With the 15 elements inscribed on our list that we saw in the video, and of course, the relationship between India and UNESCO is deep and enduring. Just a few days ago, I had the honor of unveiling a bust of Dr. Basaheb Ambedkar, the father of India's constitution and a champion of peace and equality, values that UNESCO champions as well, presented to UNESCO by His Excellency Prime Minister Modi. Since its inception, our Committee for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage has championed a bold and a groundbreaking idea, one that challenged the traditional understanding of heritage, that everyday practices, stories, and skills carry as much as monuments and landscapes. 20 years on, this vision stands as a remarkable success, with 788 elements inscribed, the convention ratified by 185 state parties, and the communities worldwide actively promoting and transmitting what unites them. This has been especially evident during the year 2025. At the second edition of the Naples Conference in June, and at Mondia Cult in Barcelona in September, where member states reaffirmed the power of intangible heritage in fostering equitable and inclusive development. And at COP30 in Belém last month, which recognized the vital role of traditional knowledge in addressing climate disruption. As we open this 20th session of the Intangible Heritage Committee, we must be guided by our enduring conviction that intangible heritage is a living expression of community identity. By listening to communities, involving them, and respecting their priorities, we affirm that the diversity of cultural practices is a shared asset, and we ensure that no one is left behind. Because an inscription gains its full meaning only when it enriches the lives of the communities concerned by creating jobs, strengthening artistic and crafts tradition, empowering practitioners to transmit their knowledge, and giving young people the opportunity to learn, adapt, and innovate. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate intangible heritage that unite us. To India, to UNESCO, to the 20th session of the Committee of the 2000 Convention, and to the spirit of sharing, that if the lifeblood of the giving heritage we honor, for people everywhere and for lasting peace. Dhanyavad. Thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
देवियों सज्जनों, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर के ऐसे महत्वपूर्ण आयोजन में माननीय केंद्रीय विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर जी की गरिमामयी उपस्थिति हम सब के लिए बहुत सौभाग्य की बात है.
May I now request the Honorable Union Minister for External Affairs of India, Dr. S. Jaishankar, to please share his thoughts with us.
Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat ji, Union Minister of Culture, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Chief Minister of Delhi, Mr. Khaled Ahmad El-Enani, Director General of UNESCO, Secretary Vivek Agarwal, Ambassador Vishal Sharma, Chairperson Sandhya Purecha, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar, good evening. I join you all today in welcoming this gathering at the inaugural event of the UNESCO Intergovernmental Committee for Safeguarding Intangible Heritage. It is fitting that you are assembled in India, which has so much to contribute to the world in regard to such heritage. As a founding member, India has actively advanced UNESCO's objectives of promoting global peace and understanding through deeper cooperation in education, science, and culture. In each of these domains, humankind has benefited from the legacy of its forebears. As we forge ahead in the shared quest for progress and prosperity, it is essential that we nurture this inheritance, build on it, and pass it on to future generations. UNESCO's role in heritage preservation is particularly important and one that has been long recognized by India. We have contributed to its endeavors while drawing strength from its best practices. Besides being home to many UNESCO World Heritage Sites, India has itself undertaken many preservation and conservation projects across the world. A key dimension of that engagement is preservation of intangible heritage. In doing so, we acknowledge that traditions, languages, rituals, music, craftsmanship, festivals, and performing arts are invaluable aspects of human inheritance. In many ways, they are the most democratic expression of culture, owned by all, guarded by many, and enriched by each generation. Our ambassador to UNESCO has spoken about our commitment to the 2003 Convention on Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage. With multiple elements on the representative list, we are celebrating our weavers, storytellers, healers, dancers, and artisans, whose lives are the actual repositories of human continuity. The addition of the Bhagavad Gita and Bharat Muni's Natya Shastra to the UNESCO memory of the World International Register is truly notable. That Lucknow has recently joined Hyderabad as a UNESCO Creative City of Gastronomy has also been widely appreciated in this country. Each recognition of intangible heritage has ripples well beyond the immediate decision. Your work, I want to tell you, your work not only evokes cultural pride and strengthens tradition, but impacts lives and livelihoods as well. Delegates, colleagues, friends, the world is a fundamentally pluralistic landscape. a landscape whose richness lies in its diversity and its intricacy. Far from being flat, it has a vast range of specificities and characteristics. It has creativity that are central to its identity, pride, and history. What humankind has generated over the centuries will only be fully appreciated when that heritage is carefully nurtured. Challenges in that regard arise when efforts are made to dominate, to sideline, to dismiss, or even to erode. In the intangible domain that can take the form of cultural assertions which fly in the face of mutual respect and mutual appreciation. The last few centuries have actually witnessed that vividly, and many societies still bear the scars of that era. But as decolonization took place and the world began returning to its natural diversity, political and economic rebalancing started to unfold. Voices across geographies that were suppressed found expression again. But that process will remain incomplete until there is also cultural rebalancing. This means the safeguarding and even revival of intangible heritage at home while simultaneously promoting awareness and respect internationally. The Global South, understandably, deserves special attention in this context. As a civilizational state itself, India is particularly sensitive to such concerns. Our own efforts in that regard have intensified over the last decade. There is a much deeper commitment to the observance of traditions, to celebrations of festivals, to expressions of faith and beliefs, and to support for arts and craftsmanship. We can see this from the mammoth gatherings at the Kumbh Mela and the vividness of Durga Puja to the promotion of one district, one product, or for that matter, the encouragement extended to the Vishwakarma artisans. Or indeed, when technology is applied for cultural purposes, underlining that tradition and technology march hand in hand. It is evident as well when our heritage travels out to other nations and other societies, and when conservation projects are undertaken, as in our case in the extended neighborhood. As a foreign minister, I am truly proud that our diplomatic efforts have a notable place for tangible and intangible heritage protection and conservation as part of our diplomacy. Friends, the world is indeed becoming more multipolar, which makes a compelling case for deeper multilateralism. Collectively, we can only prosper through mutual respect and mutual understanding, and when we think of the world as a family. The UNESCO, which is at the forefront of multilateralism, makes an invaluable contribution in that regard, and its commitment to safeguard intangible heritage is an important facet of that. I join my colleagues in welcoming you all to Delhi, to India, and I wish you a very productive deliberation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
दिव्य सज्जनों, माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय का इस शुभ अवसर और महत्वपूर्ण अवसर के लिए, जो कि यूनेस्को इंटरगवर्नमेंटल कमेटी के 20वें सत्र की बैठक के रूप में है, इस अवसर के लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय का एक विशेष शुभ संदेश प्राप्त हुआ है.
May I now invite the Secretary Ministry of Culture, Government of India, Shri Vivek Agarwal, to please read out the message sent by the Honorable Prime Minister of India.
Dignitaries on the dais, distinguished delegates and guests, Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to read the message of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. It's a moment of great pride for India to host the 20th session of the Intergovernmental Committee for the Safeguarding of the Intangible Cultural Heritage at the historic Red Fort at New Delhi. On behalf of 1.4 billion Indians, I warmly welcome all the distinguished delegates and cultural custodians. Your presence enriches this occasion, for you represent not only your nations, but also the living traditions, stories, and wisdom that humanity has inherited through time. For India, heritage has never been a matter of nostalgia. It's a living and flowing river, a continuous stream of knowledge, creativity, and community. Our civilizational journey has been shaped by the understanding that culture is not enriched only by monuments or manuscripts, but also thrives in the everyday expressions of people, such as festivals, rituals, arts, and craftsmanship. Intangible heritage matters because it carries the moral and emotional memories of societies. It shapes identity, fosters harmony, strengthens a sense of belonging, and transmits traditional knowledge that may not be found in books. It binds communities across generations and offers a sense of continuity in a rapidly changing world. It is this heritage that reminds us of who we are and what values we must carry into the future. Modernization, urbanization, conflict, and cultural disruptions can cause precious traditions to fade silently. To save intangible heritage is to save the world's cultural diversity. UNESCO has played a transformative role in building a shared global framework for safeguarding intangible heritage. The 2003 convention created a sense of global responsibility, and the committee's work has given visibility and respect to communities whose traditions form the backbone of human creativity. India is proud to have several elements inscribed on UNESCO's lists. We are equally proud of our linguistic diversity, rich literature, and countless traditions flourishing in our villages, towns, and communities, each with its own story, history, and unique contribution to humanity. We are pursuing a developmental model that combines socio-economic progress with cultural transmission. Our motto of Vikas Bhi, Virasat Bhi is a commitment to ensure that modernization strengthens rather than erases cultural roots. One of our major national initiatives is the creation of the Indian Inventory of Indian Cultural Heritage. We are ensuring that no tradition, no practitioner, and no community remains invisible or unsupported. India is integrating modern science with ancient wisdom, digitizing fragile manuscripts, building immersive experiences that make heritage accessible to young minds, and encouraging research in classical languages are some steps taken in this direction. Recently, we have given a call for a global traditional knowledge repository, which would be a step towards ensuring that the world's collective wisdom is shared with each other and with future generations. Just as we owe future generations a greener planet, we owe them a richer cultural inheritance. We are the bridge between ancient heritage and modern aspirations. My best wishes to the committee and to all the organizers of this important gathering. May your deliberations deepen global cooperation, inspire robust partnerships, and spark new ideas for protecting the world's intangible treasures. Let us walk with openness, curiosity, mutual respect, learning from each other, and celebrating the timeless human spirit that binds us all. May the 20th session of IGC meeting be a huge success. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री महोदय का हृदय से आभार उनके शुभ संदेश के लिए। आभार संस्कृति सचिव श्री विवेक अग्रवाल जी का भी।
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Minister for External Affairs, Dr. Jaishankar, has to take your leave now as he returns to his many responsibilities. We are truly grateful for the time he spent with us and for his thoughtful address. May I request all the dignitaries to please step forward for a group photograph?
And I will request all of you to please be seated. Just after this session, we will have a cultural performance also from different states of India. माननीय केंद्रीय विदेश मंत्री डॉक्टर एस जयशंकर जी का हृदय से आभार। इतनी व्यस्तताओं के बावजूद वो यहाँ पधारे और हम सबका उन्होंने मार्गदर्शन किया। और साथ ही आभार सभी गणमान्य विभूतियों का, अतिथियों का भी।
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister for External Affairs and all our dignitaries who are on the dais. Kindly remain in your places, ladies and gentlemen, as he leaves the venue. We have a lot more to offer this evening to our almost 1,000 delegates who are present here.
आप सभी से ये निवेदन होगा, I will request all of you to please remain seated. सांस्कृतिक प्रस्तुतियों में कुछ ऐसे रंग हैं जो भारत की संस्कृति की अमूल्य, अमूर्त धरोहर का सुंदर स्वरूप है। भारत वो देश जो पूरी दुनिया के लिए वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का संदेश देता है, पूरी वसुधा को जो एक परिवार मानता है, एक कुटुंब मानता है, और ऐसे भारत देश में इस तरह का आयोजन अपने आप में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। During this event also, you would be able to see many beautiful glimpses of the India's intangible cultural heritage. इस पूरे premises में आपको ये सब बहुत सारे रंग नजर आएंगे। हमारे इसी कैंपस में बहुत यूनिक म्यूजियम्स भी हैं जिनको आप विजिट कर सकते हैं। और ऑफ कोर्स ड्यूरिंग द डिस्कशंस एंड डिफरेंट सेशंस बहुत कुछ ऐसा आउटकम होगा जो कि पूरी दुनिया के लिए इंटेंजिबल कल्चरल हेरिटेज की प्रिजर्वेशन को और उस पूरे प्रोसेस को स्ट्रेंथन करने में अपनी बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएगा।
Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few minutes we will have our cultural presentation.
हमारी पहली जो प्रस्तुति है राजस्थान के बहुत ही प्रसिद्ध लंगा गायन की, और इसे प्रस्तुत करने के लिए मंच पर पधारे हैं सांस्कृतिक मंच पर उस्ताद अनवर खान मांगनियार और उनके साथी।
We begin this evening with the soul-stirring voice of Ustad Anwar Khan Manganiyar, a legendary folk and Sufi vocalist from the Manganiyar community of Western Rajasthan. Celebrated across India and around the world, he carries a musical heritage woven through centuries of devotion, storytelling, and desert mystique. The Manganiyars are renowned for their rich folk traditions, striking attire, earthy, rustic, and infectious rhythms, spontaneous improvisations, and irresistible melodies that draw audiences in, holding them rapt with every beat. Speaking of his craft, Ustad Anwar Khan says, when people hear our music, they ask about its origins, the instruments, the attire, and that curiosity is what keeps me going. It is my duty to carry this legacy forward. Each time I step on stage, I know I'm singing not just for myself, but for the future of our tradition. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to have him open our program and immerse us into the timeless world of Manganiyar music.
उस्ताद अनवर खान मांगनियार।
हुकम खमागणे नाता दिशा उठा खमन जय हो। सभी पधारे मेहमान, केंद्रीय संगीत नाटक अकादमी की मेहरबानी, भारत सरकार की मेहरबानी और सभी महान गुरुजन आज सामने मेरे विराजे हैं। परिणाम सबको और इजाजत हो। भारत देश महान जगत में जान रही दुनिया सारी, इस धरती पे समय समय पे प्रकट हुआ कई अवतारी। हो राम कृष्ण महावीर बोध नानक देव महान हुआ। उत्तम काम करने के लिए भारत का मोदी जी ने महान बनाया। हमारा भारत महान, हमारा मोदी जी महान। हो सरस शंकर सिंगरो भूप गजेंद्र कुलभान। ओ करोड़ों जुगो राज करो, मोटो दुनिया में मान, सारे जग में जान। केसरिया बालम हो केसरिया आवो आवो अवनीस्ना पधारो धन रे देश रे केसरिया पालम आवो पधारो मारे देश। अरे पधारो देश, पधारो मारे देश रे पिया प्यारी राम पालम आवो पधारो भारत। सब मुख देखे चंद्र को, मैं मुख देखूं तो आप हमारे चंद्र हो, मुख देखा सुख हो, ये पधारो 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 मारे देश जी। आवो सा पधारो मारे सखावत कुंवर सा। आवो सा पधारो मारे हो राम झरूखे बैठ कर हर का मुजरा लेत। ओ जैसी उसी की भावना ऐसा ही हो फल देत। हो देती ऐसा ही फल देत। मुझे आज बहुत गर्व है कि हमारे सब हैं विराजी हैं, शेखर सर जी और हमारे चेयरमैन भाई साहब, और आज हमारी महान गुरु भारत की उमा जी शर्मा जी यहाँ सामने विराजे हैं, उनका आशीर्वाद मिल रहा है, बहुत खुशी। पूरी रे अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री रामचंद्र अवतार लियो, रामचंद्र अवतार लियो। पूरी अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री राम, जनकपुरी में राजा जनक विराज। ओ जिस घर सितुआ जन्म लियो, जिस घर सितुआ जन्म लियो, जिस घर सितुआ जन्म लियो। महादेव को धनुष उठायो, महादेव को सितुआ नमस्कार कियो, सितुआ नमस्कार कियो। पूरी अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री रामचंद्र अवतार लियो, रामचंद्र अवतार लियो। पूरी अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री राम। सितुआ परणे राम घर आए, हर घर मंगला हरख भयो। सितुआ परणे माता कुशलो करे आरती, माता कुशलो करे आरती। तुलसीदास गाय रहो, तुलसीदास गाय रहो। पूरी अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री रामचंद्र अवतार लियो, रामचंद्र अवतार लियो। पूरी अयोध्या राजा दशरथ घर श्री राम, श्री राम, श्री राम। जय श्री राम।
बहुत बहुत आभार उस्ताद अनवर खान मांगनियार जी और उनके सभी साथी कलाकारों का। दिव्य सज्जनों, आपको अब हम लिए चलते हैं अपनी आज की अगली प्रस्तुति की तरफ, और ये प्रस्तुति है राजस्थान से ही विश्व प्रसिद्ध कालबेलिया नृत्य की। कालबेलिया नृत्य यूनेस्को के इंटेंजिबल कल्चरल हेरिटेज की सूची में शामिल है। आज इस नृत्य को यहाँ इस मंच पर आप सबके समक्ष प्रस्तुत करने के लिए कालबेलिया के विश्व प्रसिद्ध कलाकार गुलाबो सपेरा जी और उनके साथी उपस्थित हैं। गुलाबो सपेरा जी को भारत सरकार ने पद्मश्री से भी अलंकृत किया है।
Staying in Rajasthan, we now turn to a story that feels almost like a living folk tale, the extraordinary journey of Gulabo Sapera. Born into the Kalbelia community, Gulabo rose from the sands of Rajasthan to dance her way onto the world stage. Her life isn't just a story of dance, it is a story of courage, resilience, and a woman refusing every limitation society placed before her. To watch her perform is to witness a moving prayer, where pain transforms into grace and struggle becomes mesmerizing art. Gulabo Sapera doesn't just represent Kalbelia dance, she embodies the fierce, free spirit of every woman who dares to rise. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kalbelia legend Gulabo Sapera, joined by her accompanying dancers and musicians for a performance that celebrates the heartbeat of Rajasthan.
Kalbelia from Rajasthan.
Gulabo Sapera.
बहुत बहुत आभार गुलाबो सपेरा जी का, उनके साथी कलाकारों का। देवी सज्जनों, आज की संध्या की सांस्कृतिक प्रस्तुतियों का समापन हम कर रहे हैं गुजरात के बहुत ही लोकप्रिय और विश्व प्रसिद्ध नृत्य गरबा के साथ। यह नृत्य यूनेस्को के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव लिस्ट ऑफ द इंटेंजिबल कल्चरल हेरिटेज ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी में शामिल है। गरबा नृत्य की ये प्रस्तुति कर रही हैं गुजरात के ललितपुर से पधारे महेंद्र कुमार करसन भाई अंडाणी जी और उनके साथी।
We now move to the colorful and spirited land of Gujarat for the electrifying pulse of Garba, a dance of rhythm, devotion, and pure celebration, performed during the festival of Navaratri. Garba honors goddess Amba with every clap, every twirl, and every graceful circle, offering a prayer in motion. It is much more than a dance, it is the cultural heartbeat of Gujarat. The beauty of Garba and Ras lies in their openness. Everyone is invited, and people of all ages come together to move as one vibrant circle. Tonight, for our final performance, we bring that energy to this stage. We have with us a prominent folk artist from Lalitpur in Gujarat, Shri Mahendra Kumar Karsanbhai Andani, who has brought his talented group of dancers for this spirited Garba presentation that celebrates devotion, community, and the joyous pulse of Gujarat.
देवियों सज्जनों, गुजरात का गरबा नृत्य। बहुत बहुत आभार देवियों सज्जनों आप सबकी तरफ से महेंद्र कुमार कृष्ण भाई अंडाणी जी और उनके सभी साथियों का गरबा नृत्य की इस आकर्षक प्रस्तुति के लिए और आभार आप सभी का भी उनका हौसला बढ़ाने के लिए।
Thank you to the Honorable Director General UNESCO, the Honorable Minister for Culture and Tourism, the Ambassador and Permanent Representative of India to UNESCO, Secretary Culture and the Chairperson Sangeet Natak Academy, and other distinguished guests for joining us tonight for this cultural presentation. We will now be proceeding to the dining area for dinner. We have ushers on the ground to guide you to the dining area. Thank you again and wishing you a successful meeting over the next few days.
जय हिंद देवियों सज्जनों शुभ रात्रि।